The past few weeks have not been very good for Disney. They have been caught up in controversy, and it's all because they decided to play the game of identity politics. They decided that they wanted a woke audience. They decided they wanted to throw the audience they have under the bus in pursuit of a new one, the one that resides solely on Twitter, that does not financially support anything and only tweets hashtags and fan cams all day long. And all of that has now spiraled into this announcement for them to try to do anything they can to make up for the perceived slight against the LGBTQIA plus whatever community. Report: Disney to include gay relationship in Lightyear movie. And I think a lot of people are asking themselves, just like so many people are asking themselves about this bill and the strange opposition to this bill that's going on in Florida, to the way that Disney and Bob Chapek have been talking about it and virtue signaling about it. Why are we doing this in kids' movies? Why are we doing this in Pixar movies? Why are we doing this and intentionally letting people expose children to stuff like this? Isn't it weird? It just seems strange, doesn't it? But that's what Disney is doing. After, again, a week of things like this, Disney CEO Bob Chapek grovels to LGBTQ employees. "I let you down. I'm sorry." And of course, they responded by saying that's not enough. "We're going to do a walkout. We're issuing demands in protest over the company's response to Florida's anti-grooming bill." Because it is never, ever enough. It doesn't matter. Spoiler alert, it doesn't matter if you put a same-sex kiss in Rise of Skywalker. It doesn't matter if you put one in the Eternals, because guess what? You don't actually care about that. What happens when you release it in China? What happens when you release it in the Middle East? You cut those things out. You cut those little snippets out because you still want to release them there because you care about the money. So Disney is in this problematic spot for them where they are virtue signaling. They are telling everybody they care about this, they care about that, when in reality, everyone knows that they don't. They're just another company that all they care about is money. And they think falsely that virtue signaling is the best way to get them money. It is not. It is a disaster for them. And now we're to the point where a same-sex kiss for some reason is in a Toy Story prequel movie. Like, what are we fucking talking about? And I guess it's not even technically in line with Toy Story. It's about the person who inspired Toy Story. But we all know that, I mean, it's part of the franchise. The reason people care about this is because of Toy Story. A new report claims the Walt Disney Company and Pixar will include a gay relationship in their upcoming Lightyear film. This new report comes from Variety and claims a source informed them that the film does feature significant female character Hawthorne, who is in a meaningful relationship with another woman. And listen, I know people say, oh, like, how dare you? You said something because this character looks like an SJW. You know what? As soon as people saw this character, they said, this is the character that had more lines than Buzz Lightyear in the fucking trailer. That's weird, isn't it? Sure enough, turns out that this might be a character that's having a relationship with another woman in the Lightyear movie. The report goes on to add Pixar and Disney reportedly had cut a kiss between these two characters, but is now being restored following the Disney company's revelation that they were opposing a Florida bill aimed to prevent instruction of gender identity and sexual orientation in school to children in kindergarten through third grade. We're talking about 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds. Like, that's what we're talking about. How is there controversy surrounding this? I don't think for most people there really is. And this reminded everybody of what Grace Randolph had actually put out like a year ago. I know some of you are disheartened by the Eternals Rotten Tomatoes score, considering it features the first LGBT couple. But don't worry, Disney's not giving up. There's substantial LGBT representation in Lightyear as well. Not Buzz, another character. A letter had previously been sent to Bob Chapek by Pixar employees and their allies that asserted Disney had been censoring Pixar films. We at Pixar have personally witnessed beautiful stories full of diverse characters come back from Disney corporate reviews, shaved down to crumbs of what they once were. Nearly every moment of overtly gay affection is cut at Disney's behest, regardless of when there's protests from both the creative teams and executive leadership. Even if creating LGBTQIA plus content was the answer to fixing the discriminatory legislation, we are being barred from creating it. Beyond inspiring content that we aren't even allowed to create, we require action. Like this is never going to be enough. It doesn't matter that all of a sudden you put in this kiss. They're going to demand more. It's not enough. It will not be enough. Like how many times does this have to happen? And even just a few days ago, there's still activists about something completely different that's going on at Disney World. Disney World apologizes for school's racist Indianettes performance. Walt Disney World has reportedly denounced a routine by a high school cheerleading team, a high school drill team that was accused of racism and borrowing from Native American stereotypes during a recent performance there. Because what? Because of this? We're not going to play the audio. Because some of these dances may have been inspired by a Native American dance or something. Like, there's still schools out there that have, Native Americans. Like my high school was named Redskins. Unfortunately, the woke activists in my school did change that. A lot of people despise it. It's like the Blaze or the Red Blaze or something else. It's really stupid. It's really dumb sounding. Despite the fact that, again, whenever they're polled, that the vast majority of Native Americans continue to say we don't really have a problem with any of these names. But because there's 10 to 12% that are very mad, and because they have a lot of woke white activists behind them, those things get changed. So if you think your problems are going to go away, Disney, they're not. People smell blood in the water. Now people are attacking you for having a cheerleading group that you probably had no idea what their routine was going to be. Now Disney's getting attacked for that. Now they have to answer for that. This is not enough. Groveling to the LGBTQ plus community will only show them that you're bleeding and that you will bend the knee over and over again. And now we have same-sex relationships in a Buzz Lightyear movie. What is going on with the world? What is going on with Disney? Pretty simple. This is what happened when you submit to activists. This is what happens when you play the identity politics game. You fucking lose. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.